Good morning. We're going to do a 20-minute of ab blast here to allow you to work on the middle core. The only two things you're going to need is a pillow, ball, or if you have a ring, we'll be using that later. If it's too difficult to use, then don't worry, you won't need it. With the back up straight to start with, use the ball behind the back to help you start. We're going to curve through the spine and roll towards the ball, and all we're going to do is warm up the middle core and back, and repeat this for 30 rollbacks from here. Deep breath out, deep breath in. Now here, tuck in your chin, feel the work on those middle abs before you release, and feel that work through the body there. Now each time you roll back, tuck in the chin, targeting a little bit more into those medial parts of the body or into the abs in the center. Already 10 in. How are we doing? So as I roll back, I'm going to hold for 1 second now to get more out of the exercise. I'm going to breathe in to come forwards, breathe out to go back. Now if you want the progression, just move the ball further back. Already 20, 10 more. Dig in the heels as you roll back. Now it's really good for strengthening lower back as well, this one. Last 4. I'm going to try and go further back. For those that don't have a back condition, follow me. 2 more. Last 1. Now I'm going to place the ball further into the back and then bring the legs in slightly to bend the knees and straighten the back to release the core from here. Still working on your core muscles now. Lift one leg, then the other, to rely on the ball and then drop the feet. Just stay here. Breathe in and out for 6 breaths. This working onto your balance underneath the bottom. Also the top of the legs here are working hard to keep you in that position, but it's your core muscles again that you are working to hold that position. And we're going to stay there for another 6 deep breaths, or if you want to count to 30 from here. One more deep breath here, and we're going to progress you to straighten the legs and stay here again for another 6 breaths. How are we doing? Can we stay there 2 more deep breaths? Now to progress you even more, to work on the core if you can, is to reach the toes. If this is not something you can do, just hold the back of the knees a little longer. For full progression, remove the hands altogether and come off the ball if your tummy muscles are strong enough. If this is too much, drop the legs again. Now we're going to lay down. Coming down the mat slightly, lower the head and you'll need the ball. With a flat back here and tummy down, take the ball above the head and come up, working into transverse abdominis twists with the ball. Those that have a ring, you can do exactly the same with the ring. The only difference is you can lengthen the elbows even more and bring up the body on the opposite side as you hold the position and release. Now as you come up, make sure the opposite arm is reaching for the side of the body and lengthening in the back and sides. Don't forget the out breath and in breath. You'll need it in order to get enough energy. So an in breath pulls you up and an out breath releases you on the way round. Again, if you have the ring, just make sure the arms are nice and long. If you have the ball, try and come up further to reach the side of the body. And you're probably starting to think, oh, it's hurting. So if you get to that stage, just draw the knees in. This will take away the tummy pain. Otherwise, we're going to carry on. Last two. Now place the ball under the head. Draw the heels to the bottom and holding here with the tummy muscles now, squeeze up and tilt the pelvis towards the ceiling. Then exhale and tilt down. Pulling on the core muscles and then releasing. And repeat this for about 10. So you're tilting up the pelvis and releasing. In breath to tilt and lift, out breath down. This is a really good one to do if you sit a long time in the chair or if you're working from home. Plus, if you've done a lot of walking, which is lovely because we've had this nice crisp weather, however, you don't really work your core muscles while walking. So keep pulling tight, draw the pelvis up, squeeze the glute muscles together as well, and try not to move the neck on this so that the head stays up. 4 more. Two more. Now we work the lower tummy. So you'll need the ball under the bottom if you suffer with a bad back. Hands underneath the bottom or either side of the ball if you have one, and then legs to the ceiling here. Then from here, drop one leg at a time, pulling on the core muscles, also the muscles from the hips to the legs. So the tummy muscles will fire either side of the hips there, or the hip muscles as you lower, and you should feel a pull in the tummy. Coming down and up, try and bring the legs together and then release. Now if you want to progress this and you find this boring, place the hands under the head and lower both legs up and down, nice and slowly. So this is full progression. This is easier. So do scissor if you find this double leg kick too hard. And again, this can be quite painful in the lower abs here. If the head is up as well and you're looking towards the feet, you will feel a nice stretch on the abdominal muscles. 4 more. Now if you feel any pain in the back, don't forget to scissor. We're going to go back there now. Drop the head if it's too much for you. Scissor one leg at a time. This will still work the legs, but less on the tummy. 13 more. Well done. Now place the feet down. Come up to bridge now onto your shoulders, and then lengthen the arms if you can, fully away. Stretching out the abdominal muscles, but strengthening the back, and squeeze the glute muscles together. Let's try 6 deep breaths here. If you find it difficult to breathe in and out, count to 20. The higher up you go onto the shoulders though, and the better the work on the glutes by squeezing them together, the better the work in the internal muscles. Now take the ball from underneath you and place it between the hands. Then come up, touch the knees, hold for 1 second, and exhale to release. Repeat this for 10. Now if the neck hurts, and a lot of people find this, take the ball underneath and come up and down with opened elbows, here stretching across the shoulders, but also working in the center of the core muscles. Don't forget to exhale as you come up and in-breath as you come back down. And continue this for another 6. Well done. Bringing yourselves back onto your mats or come down slightly. Place the ball under the bottom as we go into 100 cycles away. Nice big legs as you take them away, pointing through the toes, and draw the legs as far away as you can. Keep the head now looking at the ceiling, allowing the legs to pull on either side of the hips, and all the muscles in the legs and knees are working. Now obviously 100 is quite a lot to do, so if you get to about 30 and your abs are going, well, can't do any more here, then just reverse it, and that means bringing the knees in and releasing. So you might want to just do this instead, or combination of 2. So forward and backwards. Now we're already up to 50, doesn't take long to get there. 60, 70, 80, and 10 more, and then we're all going to reverse. So when ready, draw the knees in and kick away. Now I like to point my toes on this, you don't have to. Just make sure the shoulders are down and the head's comfortable. The ball there is just a little bit of protection on my lower coccyx, so especially if you suffer with pain in the coccyx bone, do place the ball under there, or a pillow will do the job. We only have 10 more left to make that 100 on reverse. Well done, everyone. Now bring the legs to the ceiling, and we're going to take the legs out to the side and cross. Now this will work the top of the thighs, so abductor, adductors, nothing to do with the abdominals, but they still fire in order to keep the legs to the ceiling. So as you move out and back, just remember that stretch between the legs. And don't forget your breathing. I would breathe in and out on every stretch now. We get to about here and we start to feel the legs, especially the stretch between the legs. So the more or wider you go, the better you'll feel. So we're going to keep going, another 30 here. Left. How are we doing? We keep going. Those that live on their own at home, well done. It's the motivation to get on the classes that takes the willpower. A lot of people just sit there looking and watching me do it. If you're one of these, come back and do it later when you're going to start again. Because I challenge you to get off the bed or sofa. It's not that hard to lay on the floor. And honestly, the more you do, the better you feel. 5 more left, we're nearly there. Now, we're going to cross the ankles now and use those abs as mentioned at the beginning of the class and go down and up. Now, if you have a poorly back, the ball will protect it, but don't go down too far if the tummy is weak. So we're going to come up and down into a half boomerang, and we're going to do about 20, and then we're going to swap the ankles. Now, just a little bit on the upload, if you're finding I'm freezing a bit, it's just because everyone's homeschooling and working on the internet, so I apologise, but we're going to do what we can. Keep going down and up. You can still hear me even if I'm about a second behind you. Well done, 10 more. Now can we get a full range of movement? So heels lower down, heels up. Remember the ball is still there to protect you. Don't do this if your back is sore. Five more. Last two. And then we're going to cross the ankles. When ready, off we go again. So just up and down, 15, and then we're going to do 5 little boomerang pushes. Remember, this is a half boomerang. If it was a full one, we'd be going all the way over with toes above the head to touch the floor. Here we go, 5 more. Two more. The last one. Now we're going to come back up to seated. Now, taking the ball behind you. We started with this, bring the knees up. However, place the ring now between your calves. Ball is there if you need it. Go on to it if it helps you stay up. Work in the tummy muscles and the top of the thighs. Squeeze the ring and release. If you don't have a ring, place the pillow behind you and the ball between the legs. If you don't have a ball, just open and close the legs. Now this really will target the core muscles and your legs at the same time. Now take the arms above the head and hold. Now bring the ring up higher and sit up. Feeling the stretch in the tummy, legs are slightly wide. Now lower one leg at a time and place the ring, if you have it, around the feet and stretch to release the core muscles. Breathe in and out for 2 breaths. Lower the head and tuck in the chin. Now work one leg to stretch and lift and straighten the back. Hands can go under the ring. If you don't have a ring, you can use an elastic band or just lift the leg. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg and go higher. Now use the core muscles to sit up and try and get the toes in line with your eyes. Well done. Other leg. And stretch. If you have a poorly knee, keep the knee bent, okay? Now, sitting upright, release the ring. We're going to roll through the back all the way to the ball and roll back up. And we're going to repeat this for 15. Tuck in the chin, roll through the back, use the tummy, come up. Now remember, you can do this on the sofa, you don't have to do this on the floor. Six more, we're nearly finished. Now bring the legs in and stretch the back to release the tummy. Just before we finish, just stretch the neck as well. So you've done a lot on the neck by rolling up and down. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you on Zoom tomorrow. Bye-bye.